Hey, I'm Rob from JTRPodcast.com, and at Tabletop Gaming Live 2018 I got to play Gingerbread House. And this is a tile-laying game from Phil Walker Harding where you play as witches and you're in an enchanted forest and you're building your gingerbread house. You're attracting these fairy tale characters with your nice colourful gingerbread in order to capture them and gain points. And you start off with one of these boards. This is the sort of enchanted forest with your little 9-square gingerbread house in it. And to the left of your board you can see where those little tree things are. There are 3 tiles. Those tiles are 2 squares wide. And you also have a face down stack of those tiles that you're going to use throughout the game. And on your turn you're going to do one of 2 things, but no matter which thing you do, you're going to get rid of one of those tiles from the left and replace it with one out of your stack. And that's sort of a timer ticking towards the end of the game. I'm going to explain the second thing you can do first because it's the simplest and easiest one. The second one is to take 2 stairways, and that's these 1 square tokens with a hole in the middle. You take 2 of those and you put them in your place on your board. That's your workshop. You can see the number 4 there. That means you can have a maximum of 4 stairs in your supply at any one time. And then your 3 tiles that you have available, you'll discard one from the game and replace it with one from your face down pile. And that will be your turn. And the other action you can do, the more interesting action you can do, is to build. And what you would do is you choose one of your 3 tiles available to you on the left of your board and you'll take it and you'll place it on your gingerbread house. You can put it anywhere on your board. As you can imagine, there are a few placement rules. There's not too many though. Basically you just place it so it covers 2 squares on your board. Eventually you'll want to build up onto 2nd, 3rd and 4th floor, etc. as you get higher and higher. And to do that you just put the tile on the floor. It must stay flat, so you must have something underneath both sides. And you've got to put it over so it's covering 2 different tiles. You can't put it just over the same tile. And that's where the stairs come in handy. If you've got a bump like this, you can see those 2 symbols with the gates on. I could put 1 staircase on the left and then that will build a nice level area for me. Then I could place a tile across both of those gates. And then after you place the tile, you take the action of the 2 symbols that you covered. So there's the 4 symbols, the blue thing, the red heart, the green sort of star and the yellow sort of circle. Those are cookies, and there's a pile of tokens. You just take that many cookies, you put them in your pantry, and as you can see your pantry says 10. You have a limit of 10 gingerbread cookies available to you. If you gain more than that, you just discard them. There are also 3 special symbols. The first one is a stairway, where you just take a stairway as you could do in that other action. The arrow is to exchange, so you just exchange 1 cookie from your pantry from any other from the supply. And the cage allows you to attract some fairy tale characters. So in the middle of the table there are 4 fairy tale characters that are laid out from a deck. And if you play the cage, you can take any of those and put it next to a cage on top of your board. You have 2 cages there, so you have space for 2 cards. If you don't like any of those that's on the table, you can just draw 3 cards from the top of the deck, put 1 in your cage and then put the other 2 on the bottom of the deck. And that's pretty much it. I mean, if you cover the same symbol twice, so say you cover 2 hearts, you'll take that action 3 times. So if you cover 2 hearts with 1 tile, you get to take 3 hearts. And that's the same for any action. If you cover 2 cages, you get to attract 3 fairy tale characters, etc. So after you take a build action, you then have the chance to trap a character. And each character's got a requirement on them of the different cookies you need to get them into your basement, wherever you're keeping them prisoner, and basically you'll just spend those cookies from the supply and you'll take the hero or the fairy tale character and put it face down at the bottom of your board where there's like a chain with a padlock on it. Now the hero you take can be one that's in one of your jails next to your board, or you can take one straight from the middle, that's fine. If you take one from the middle, it gets replaced at the end of your turn. But when you do trap a fairy tale character, you also get to take one of these. These are a wild card, or a wild tile should I say. You place this immediately in your house and it just fills up 1 square, and you take the action below the tile. So if you put it on top of a cookie, you'll get to take one of those cookies immediately. And when you play a tile on top of that, it's a wild tile. You can get any of the 4 cookies, or you can get a stairway, exchange or cage action, whichever you want. So after you trap a character, you then see if you've completed a floor. If you've completed all 9 squares on a floor, whether it's with stairs, with wild tiles, with regular tiles, it doesn't matter. If you fill a 3x3 area, you get to take one of these bonus cards, and there's a number laid out around the board. There's 2 ways of playing with them. You can play the basic version where they're just worth the number of points on the back of the card, just a flat number of points. But we played with the version on the front where you can score points depending on certain criteria. So this one here, you can see you're going to get 5 points if you complete 4 levels. And this one gives you 2 points per non-human character that you've trapped. And the characters have symbols to help you with that, so you can see the human characters have this little elf type figure, whatever that is, and the non-human characters have this little dragon figure in the corner. Some cards also need you to determine which of your characters are happy and nice and which of your characters are sad and evil, and they have these little symbols in the top left there. So whether you take action A to build or action B to take steers, you're always going to get rid of one of those tiles on the left hand side of your board and replenish it. Eventually you're going to gone through all your tiles. Once all players have done that, the game will end. Each of the characters that you trapped has a number of points on it, so you score that many points. You'll score for your bonus cards, whether you're playing the basic game with the fixed point value, whether you're playing the standard game with the extra criteria to score is up to you, but you get those points, and you get 1 point for each 2 gingerbread tokens left in your pantry, and the player with the most points wins. As I said, this is from Phil Walker Hard, and you can see the sort of Byron Park influence there, where you're placing tiles, but depending where you place them will give you stuff, and I really like that. The theme of the game is great. I love all the different characters and all the different hero cards in the middle. They're all really cute and fun. There's a ton of different bonus cards you can use, and you're not going to use them all in every game. You use a number depending on the player count, so that's always going to be different, give you different things to aim for. The person teaching the game says it has a splendor element, and I get that, where you're collecting those cookies and you're spending those cookies to do things or to get points, and I understand that. I think with Splendor it's a bit different because the things that you're spending your gems on give you cards which will count as gems. So you're creating this engine, whereas here you're just selling them. Basically, you're getting rid and you're getting this card and you're putting this card face down in front of you. So it's not creating this engine, it's sort of like giving you something to aim for, and then you get it and then you sort of start again. So it's not really as much as engine builder as Splendor, but it does have that Byron Park feel about it with the tile placement, etc. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a very family friendly game. I played it with a random family. We happened to converge on the table at the same time and happened to be happy to play with 4 players, so I joined them. It was a lot of fun. The 2 kids did really well. The 2 adults, we came first and second because we were playing very optimally. But yeah, everyone had fun. A very fun game. Another good game from Phil Walker Hardy, and that is Gingerbread House. Remember to like, share and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at JTRPodcast, to find the blog and podcast at JTRPodcast.com. I've been Rob, aka Jesta ThaRogue, and I'll see you soon.